But what I was saying is my eyes were so I was so out of it. I was
Oh,
out of it. So, and now I'm out of it still.
just be like, "Hello, everybody. Welcome to House of Villains. How are you?
Definitely.
Crazy eyes,
I definitely got crazy.
crazy eyes. You got freaking crazy eyes."
What's up, guys? Welcome to Shay's World. I am your girl Shay, and we're back talking House of Villains. This is season 2, episode 5, 5, episode
I don't
5
even know.
review and recap. And of course, I can't do this alone. My voice is already cracking. I have my lovely co-host.
Your boy, hold on. Your boy Malik. There we go. Now I'm on
Wait,
the.
you're right.
No, I switched it to the right way.
Oh, anywho.
Your boy Squeaks. It's okay,
Your
anyways.
boy Squeaks is in the building, guys. It's okay.
Yeah, we here, y'all. We here.
Before we get started, I just want you guys to know that I betrayed my roommate. To be here today, I betrayed my roommate.
I turned my back on my roommate,
I turned my back on my roommate
but why?
because I want my own room.
You want your own room?
Listen,
What?
yes, I want my own room.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
this was a good episode. But before we get into all of that, I have to tell you guys that, excuse me, I am sick, so I might be coughing and hacking. I'm gonna try that too. I'm gonna try to keep it together for this review. Um, the goddamn New Orleans weather got me.
Gotcha, gal. You got me, gal.
I do.
You got you some Robitussin?
I've been taking everything, everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Get you some mucin? No, fuck me. Get you some Sudafed. Sudafed. Okay, that too.
it's right here.
Dayquil, Nyquil, and ZQL.
I have everything. I
All
got
of
some
it.
cough drops around here.
Castrol. Have you ever had Castrol?
No.
Oh, okay. Me neither. My mom always threatened to give it to me, but I never had it.
All right. So enough about my sick ass. Let's get into the video. This episode, it starts off, they're coming back into the house from Richard's banishment. A couple of people are discussing how they feel about him being gone or their decision to, you know, vote that way or whatever. And so, I don't really remember too much from that.
Me neither. Who was the super for? That was Camilla.
It was Camilla. Camilla was the supervillain.
Yeah, I don't remember too much from that either. Yeah, I think everybody was pretty content with Richard's banishment. Everybody voted for him to go, so I don't think anybody was necessarily at odds, aside from the people who chose to vote with the house. Yeah. But even still, they were like, "My hands are tied. Fuck it." So, I think everybody was cool with that. The next day, everybody's just talking though, and Vicky's talking to somebody and having her own conversation, but I guess her voice is just so loud and the walls are so thin that Camilla and Candy can hear her conversation. And Camilla's like, I'm so sick of her. I'm so tired of her. Like, let's just go outside and talk so I don't have to hear her voice. Um, it felt a little excessive. This is where it started to feel a little excessive. Do you think that do you think that everybody is acting a little, you know,
Extra?
cold? Yeah, like extra. Like, do you think they're being cold towards Victoria?
I think Victoria is annoying.
Okay, but do you think that they're being cold? Like, there's a like you can be annoying, but you can tolerate some people who are annoying. Like I feel like Victoria is the type of person like you're in the house with her, you just gotta
Yeah,
you
but
gotta
here's
put
my
up with
thing:
it.
if the walls are that thin and her mouth never shuts up, I'm irritated. So I think them going outside was the better thing to do. It was her coming outside, like following them out there or trying to, that made it like,
Right.
girl, can you not read the room?
Yeah, well, she can't apparently because I mean, people are trying to eat by themselves, and she come up talking. So, yeah, like you said, she tried to go out there and talk to Camilla and Candy. Camilla was like, I don't want your energy. I don't want to talk to you."
No, sis.
And
It's like
Victoria
I
was
need a
like,
break from you.
"Yeah, which is valid.
It's
If you sometimes you just need
directly
breaks from
from my
people.
city.
Yeah, no, that's valid. I
Oh,
feel
we
like
forgot
something
to discuss
else
the fact that overnight, that night when they went to bed, New York's powers came back and she saw that she saw that Larsa was going to be
foresee.
the next.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, we
precisely.
forgot to
And
talk about
Safari also had a dream about, Safari had a dream about dogs behind the fence. And at first I was like, girl, like what? But upon second rewatch, I was like, you know what? Maybe maybe he's a little clairvoyant too. Maybe he needs to be watching his backs. I mean his back with the people that he's aligned himself with. Safari.
mm,
Watch out for Wes, is what I'm trying to say.
so what you saying? His dogs are on the fence
The
about.
dog is Wes. No, the dogs were barking behind the fence. Peck and Wes might be the dogs. I'm not gonna lie. And maybe if a couple like maybe like New York or
So you don't
Larsa.
think Safari and West are closer than Jesse and West?
I think that I think that's the case, but I think that Wes is using Safari and Jesse. And I think that the reason Wes and Safari are closer is because Wes got supervillain right off the bat, and I mean Safari got supervillain right off the bat, and immediately wanted to work with Wes, and Jesse kind of just tagged along with them. Now I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the case. That's what I think is. I think that's just what happened. Um, Safari proved himself to be, a good competitor, and Wes was attracted to that and was like, "I want to work with you." So, um, I think that's why Wes and Safari are safe. I mean, are closer, but closer is a very loose term for me to describe those two because I think Wes is using Safari and Jesse, you always have that big bad in the house who's like, I'm dispersing my minions. That's what this scenario feels like.
Mm,
You don't think so?
no.
Okay, I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I feel like Wes has he has Victoria. I feel like yes, he has Safari. I think he's still in the room with Jesse, so he's playing it as if he's still with Jesse. I
He
don't
shares a room with Jesse.
Yeah, they were in the room together. I don't think that West knows that Jesse has his eye on him because we've only seen Jesse say it in the confessional and when he was talking to
Mm-hmm.
Richard. Richard's no
Mm-hmm.
longer there. So um
I agree with that. I don't think Wes. I don't think Wes is keeping an eye on them. That
he's not keeping an eye on him because he hasn't necessarily fully shown that he's a threat to him per se, or that he's not on his side, whether he's a threat or not.
right.
He hasn't shown his cards. As far as the Safari goes, I don't know. I think he's playing a good game. I think he cleaned himself up and saved himself last week with Victoria.
Very
Uh,
much.
and then so like this week, if you notice, everybody that's been supervillain, Wes has been able to have a conversation with them. Now, granted, he didn't go on the trip with, the reward trip with Camilla last week. He still had a conversation with her, like, so he's kind of everybody that wins supervillain. He's kind of like, been able
Talk
to
to.
talk to them and talk some type of strategy to where, you know, and if it
He's
did work
always in
out,
the room where it
he still
happens.
had Victoria to save him. He knew he would have had Safari to go to bat for him. Like he would have had New York to go, so I think he's playing a good game as well.
But do
Um,
you think he would protect the same people that are protecting him? That's why I feel like
to an
he's using
extent,
them.
yes, because he's trying to save, and we're going to get to it, but he tries to save Victoria. He does. He tries. He doesn't push too hard, but he don't miss the opportunity to try and, you know, throw her a bone.
Right.
It's time for a supervillain challenge of the week. Someone knocks on the door, and Safari is the first person to pick up this box. Host comes in, explains how the challenge is going to work. Safari opens the box. He's out. He gives the box to
I
Camilla.
thought Joel walked in with the box.
Did he? He might have walked in with the box, but he still handed it to Safari first.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Safari walk to the table with the box in his hand?
I have no memory or recollection, but I know Safari was the first one to open the box.
We'll start there.
No.
Let's start there. Safari opens the box. He's put out. He gets to pass the box on to someone else. He chooses Camilla because, of course, he's still pissed off with Camilla because she put him on that dang on block. So,
Oh, yes.
Camilla opens the box and she passes it to her best friend.
No, so she opened the box, but she got the power to eliminate somebody and still pass it. So she eliminated her best friend.
Okay.
And she passed the
eliminated her
box.
best friend.
She
She
passed the box
passed
to
the box
Larsa.
to Larsa. And so Larsa becomes one of the candidates for it's going to be like a vote. So there's going to be two people by the end of this little game. There'll be two people that are candidates, and they will campaign for the title of supervillain of the week. Take it
So
away.
Larsa has the box, and she is the first candidate to campaign for supervillain of the week in the debate. So after that, she passes the box, I believe, to Spectacular. And so Jesse's feeling really good. Does she eliminates Candy and passes it to Spectacular. And so he's feeling good about it because she just got the candidate. So he opens the box. He's eliminated. I don't think he gained the power to eliminate anybody. However, he was told that whoever he passes the box to would have to make a very important decision. So, and Tiffany was like, I want to make it.
Love it.
I would love it. And so he's like, okay. He's like, I don't know. You're kind of unpredictable, but sure, why not? So he gives the box to New York. And New York opens the box, and she says, you have the ability to be the final candidate and eliminate the other two, or guarantee your safety. And the mother house of villains. Needless to say, she went with
Oh, now was there ever a question? Wait,
she
before
went
we even talk
security,
about
yeah.
it, when she read it out loud, was there ever any doubt in your mind what she
Absolutely
was
not. And you know what it was? When they first showed in the previously on House of Villains, they showed her in the first episode pulling the lever and securing her immunity. And I was like, why would they show that? Is that finna be like, is she finna argue about that or something?
Mhm.
Lo and behold, this is her second time securing her immunity. The house is fucking with her. Okay,
The
in the
house is
best way.
definitely on her side.
In the best way.
She gives the box to
Teresa, she secures her safety, and I think she gives the box to Teresa. And
so
Teresa,
who was the last person then? Did she give the
it was
box to Wes?
Wes and Teresa. Nah, because Teresa won the final candidate.
Right, but I did to I'm saying did New York give it to her directly?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So New
I'm
York
very
was the
certain.
first one to throw the shot on housewife crime.
Is it really housewife on housewife though? There's a final candidate. It can be either one of you.
But
It's
still,
a
either way,
50-50
it's housewife
chance.
on housewife. They got to
Yeah,
compete
but
against each other.
well, yeah, but even still, if she was like, wait, you're talking about New York and Teresa or Larsa and Teresa?
Larsa and Teresa.
Oh, I
Because
know
New
you're
York's
talking
not a
about.
housewife.
She's not.
No. New
Where
York
did
has
she?
never been
Oh,
on
she was on Flavor of
Housewives.
Love.
Yeah, and her own show.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, Teresa is from Housewives of New Jersey, and Larsa was on Housewives of Miami, or she's
Miami.
on Housewives of Miami. Yeah. So
And
that's why
Victoria,
we
is she a housewife or she's just
Victoria's from The Bachelor,
the Bachelor? She's just friends with Larsa. Okay.
or they
All
are
right.
both hung in Miami, or both live in Miami. They aren't friends. They were probably just running the same socials. I mean, Miami is big, but like that elite social scene is kind of small. So I'm sure they ran in the same circle, so they
In
knew
Miami?
our proxy. Yes, the socials like that. You know, yes, they're out everywhere, but then they have their private little events.
Get-togethers. Yes,
Yeah, and
absolutely.
same little social settings. Anywho, the results are in, and the two candidates are Larsa versus Teresa. So first, editing production shows us Larsa campaigning for, she was willing and dealing. I have to say, I think she did pretty good with her campaign. How do you feel?
I think she did really good too. She was striking deals. She was talking game. She even made a deal with Wes. So I think Larsa did really good in her campaign. I also would like to just take a moment and say I really love the timing of this challenge, considering the
Mm-hmm.
political where we're at right now.
Yeah.
So if y'all haven't voted yet, I don't know if this is going to be up by the time early voting is done, but if you haven't early voted, make sure
Voting's
you
done.
get that vote in.
Early
You said,
voting
huh?
is done. Early voting is done. It's
Oh,
over.
it's done. Well, make sure if you haven't done the early vote, get your vote in. Okay, there is a right answer, by the way. Let me just let me just say that there is a right answer. Go to the vote and select it.
Yes, everybody, let's make sure we are voting. Okay,
Hit the polls.
hit the polls in numbers,
Okay,
drives, buses.
everything,
Every state
infrastructure.
there is transportation to the polls. If you do not have
Oh,
transportation, every state offers transportation to the polls. Okay, if you are on the internet watching us on YouTube, that means you have access to the internet. You can Google your local transportation services. Instagram has it. It's
and
everywhere.
if you can't get transportation, you can get the ballot mailed to you.
It's a little too
So,
late for that, babes.
oh, well, go to the polls, bro. Come on. Just go to the polls. If you haven't taken the
Election is tomorrow,
precautions.
babes.
Are you serious?
The official election is tomorrow, babes.
I don't know, y'all. I voted like 2-3 weeks ago, so I got it out the way. Probably 2 weeks ago.
In person voting is tomorrow.
On the November 5th.
Yeah.
So by the time this goes up and you're watching this, you need to have already casted your vote.
You really could be standing in line listening to this.
No shade.
If you hadn't, take the phone, put your headphones on. Now you got something to listen to while you're in line. Okay? All right.
Going on up there. So yeah,
Back to
Larsa,
House
she
of
does good.
Villains.
Right. She does good with her campaign. Teresa does not do good with her
She was
campaign.
just more lax, but it's kind of like she's more motherly in the house. So, um, there is a silent or a secret threat to her, going far in the game or possibly winning it, because I kind of look at her as like a little Jill, how, Jill had kind of in the end insulated herself pretty good. She had her core, but she could kind of wheel and deal on both sides. Like with the
Yeah.
guys, she would go and be able to talk with the guys and stuff like that.
Safari didn't. Safari was like that's the like honest and this is who I am way to go is not really like the best way to go. Like you might want to like campaign a little
No,
harder.
this is House of Villains. Like, no, being
Yeah.
honest is not gonna get you. Like, in
Yeah,
a house
cut
full of
deals and
villains,
cutthroats.
I'm gonna respect villainry. I'm not gonna respect honesty. Like,
You
come
know what I'm
on,
saying?
bro.
That's what got villain booted out. I mean, that's what got Richard booted out last week.
Like, he wasn't going hard enough
At
in his
all.
villainry. Like,
Yeah.
so it's time for the house guests to vote. And Larsa wins. There was only one vote casted for Teresa, and that was by none other than Victoria. Question: would you have went and told Larsa that you voted against her now that she's the supervillain, or would you just been like,
I would
I
have never
like,
told Larsa that I voted against her. Victoria was probably just being spiteful though in that moment.
I think so, and I think that's just part of her being annoying. Like, you don't know how to read the room, and you
Yeah.
just think you can go and say anything,
You just say the first thing that comes to mind, unfortunately.
which
And the
makes me
first thing
think
that
she
you
could have
feel.
got out of quite a few of those parking tickets, but her mouth. The officer was probably like, "Yeah, no,
uh,
here you go. You're gonna take this ticket."
yeah, girl. She could stand to, withhold a few comments in a lot of moments. But I don't think that it really mattered much. Well,
Or,
maybe in her and Larsa's particular relationship.
or was she just being villainous by going and telling Larsa that she voted for her?
So that Teresa
No, I'm
knew.
asking. I'm just asking. What do you think? Was it just her being annoying, or was it
Well, both.
as well? You think it's a little
Yeah.
of both?
Yeah, villains can be annoying. Villainy has many different lights. It
All
can be
right.
sneaky, it can be annoying, it can be bold, it can be loud, it can be colorful. But when she first said that, the first thing I thought was, oh no, now Teresa knows that New York didn't vote for her. But that didn't really matter much anyways, because New York said, well, I have something to say.
Yeah.
I have something to say. I turned my back. Which is funny.
I turned my back on my roommate.
I turned my back on my roommate because I want my own room.
My own room.
And I want Teresa, and I think Teresa should go home.
Like,
Everybody's like,
what the hell? Welcome to the House of Villains.
what? Yeah, no, she was really feeling her oats in that moment.
She was really feeling herself. Or it was either that, or
Truly.
she was like, "I'm gonna make this scene. I'm gonna make this scene."
I am the villain. House, have me.
I am so freaking happy that New York is back this season.
Oh my goodness.
I'm happy she's still in the house. I'm happy she's still engaged. I am happy she is living up the villain title role. Like, she is giving me
Truly.
everything I need this
Truly.
season.
And I'm glad she's not afraid,
No,
to like be herself still
because
and
she's
be
done it
loud.
before, so it's really like she's comfortable.
Yeah, she
You
can attack
know, she
people
didn't know
and
what
be
to
like,
expect last
yeah,
time. Yep,
yeah.
yep, yep,
I
yep.
like that. I liked it very much. Yeah, that was very, very fun. I enjoyed it very much. She is the villain. And
She's that
Larsa is the super villain.
girl.
You said what?
I said she's that girl. New York is that
She's that.
girl.
She is truly, honestly.
Larsa is now the supervillain of the week, and she gets to choose two people to go on the reward with her. And she chooses Wes, and then she chooses Teresa. Now, it wasn't a surprise that she chose Teresa. How did you feel when you heard her say Wes?
That she respected her deal because the deal was that if Wes voted for Larsa, then Larsa would take Wes on the date. So I
Oh,
was
okay,
I
okay,
was like,
okay.
okay, that's
I
good.
missed
She
that part. I'm
didn't double
sorry.
cross.
Okay, so then, boom, just disregard that question because
No.
I missed that part. So then it makes sense of why she took West. Cool. And then her taking Teresa, I'm cool with that as well. So boom, they go on their little thing. They go do goat yoga. We'll get back to them and their conversation in a minute. Let's go back to the house to Camilla and Candy, and then Victoria coming in and talking cash money shit about Larsa in so many words.
Ooh,
Like she's
which is
like,
so not smart. The super villain? Are you kidding me?
you couldn't have held that till next week, or at least till after you seen what the nominations were gonna be.
The super villain. Oh
Like,
my god.
I'm
Sorry,
not
that was
saying
just
kiss her
like,
butt,
girl.
but even not even that. It's like you're talking to people that you don't really. That
Like
just earlier
you were
they
arguing
told
with.
you to go back in the house. Like, so why are you out in there talking noise about Larsa, who is the supervillain, giving them something to use if and they have a conversation with her. Like they can go and just throw you under the bus. Like, come on. I just thought I was just like,
And mind you, they did. They were very easy with manipulating that against
very.
her.
So,
Um
where you want to go
I
next?
think that well I was just gonna say that I think that since Teresa wasn't in the house and Larsa was also not in the house, she was like, I just really want to talk to somebody about this. But I feel like
Oh yeah, because Camille was the only other girl in the house. Well, they were the only other girls in the house.
well, New York is there too, but I don't know how close New York and Vicky are.
I doubt if she was
So
going to
wait a
go
minute,
talk to
was this
Vicky about that.
so I think this argument I think that the Victoria and Larsa argument happened before the date because um who went on the
No,
date?
it
Teresa?
happened after. You're right. It happened
Are
after.
you
Yeah,
after
because
the
they
date?
told her the stuff. She told them the stuff while they were out of the house. So then when Larsa came back, she does have little conversations with quite a few people before they go in the chamber and make the nominations.
But I thought that they had the little back and forth about I followed you on Instagram, you didn't follow me back. And Larsa was like, I didn't know that. I didn't
Oh no,
see
no, yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. Earlier in the day, yeah, they were. It wasn't that wasn't like a spat. It
It
was
wasn't a
more like
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Larson really
Because
didn't
she
have
was
time for it. It was just like I didn't know. I think it was like at breakfast or something. Because wasn't
something like
Larson
that.
eating? Yeah,
I don't remember.
that
It was
was
early in the day.
yeah.
But
But
I
Larson did pull
remember
her off and was like, I didn't see the follow. You know what I'm saying? That was her
yeah.
answer that morning at breakfast was I didn't see the follow, yada yada yada. Um, so I guess that maybe is why Victoria's pissed off. Um,
Yeah,
and
because she was
so
talking about how she buys her followers and how she stays on Instagram, so that's fake. How you don't see this, that, and the other.
And all of that may be true, may not be true, but still, why are you saying it to Camilla and Candy, girl? Again, like I said, you can't read the room. Jeez. So, let's move back to the date.
The supervillain. That's all I have to say.
So they're doing goat yoga. Nothing much to talk about other than the goat pissing on Teresa.
Literally. That was so nasty. I'm so sorry.
But they talk strategy in the car. Larsa, of course, throws Victoria's name out there, and Wes, he tries to save her a little bit without like pissing her off and making her want to switch up and put his ass on the block.
Right.
So he tried. I'll say that he gave it a shot, but I don't see
Can't win
him
them all.
that hard.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry,
or we saw or the conversation was longer than what we saw, and he could tell that how Larsa felt was, nothing he said was really going to change her mind, so he knew not to push too hard. Because, you asked me, like, do I think he'll really save those people? I can't, let's see. Let me answer that when it's really... Well, no. When Safari was on the block, he gave him all of the advice of what to do to save himself, and he told him how to go and save himself.
Well, yeah. So when I say I feel like Wes is using Safari and Jesse, I mean that in terms of getting information and maintaining safety and security, and also managing to use whatever connections they may have to bolster his defenses. Exactly. So of course, like I don't think that he would necessarily turn on Safari. Like if Safari was up there in the debate against Larsa or Teresa, I think Wes would vote for Safari to win supervillain again. Okay. But I don't think that keeping Safari and Jesse close to him will benefit him long. So I feel like he'll get rid of them. He'll get rid of one of them within the next couple of weeks, to be honest. Gotcha. Within like the next 2 weeks, maybe 3.
Okay. And now I understand what you're saying. All right, so boom. They get back to the house. There's conversations going on. People, of course, want to go and have conversations with Larsa, which is expected. But what was not expected, or what Victoria didn't expect, was that they were gonna go tell her she was talking shit.
Wait, so how did this start? Okay, how did this start? First of all, no. First, this started with Candy and Larsa talking, in Larsa's, or I think in Larsa's room, and Camilla coming. Oh yeah, they were in their own room, and then Camilla coming. Camilla's like, "Baby, Wes is playing you," and Larsa was like, "Yeah, because he told me that you wanted the housewives gone." So Camilla's like, "Excuse me? Hold on, wait. Let's go clock this tea." So she said, "Pay, Wes, come here."
I said I wanted the housewives gone. I said I wanted the housewives
gone. He said, you said Larsa's name. While she did say Larsa's name, she didn't say she wanted her gone. She said, how do you see her as a threat? And he was like, maybe. And she was like, yeah, maybe. That was literally it. So this conversation has fully blown into Camilla wants you gone. I did not say that. And then Candy, for good measure, to say, I think Candy might have did this to kind of get the fire off of Camilla. She was like, and And meanwhile, Victoria over here trying to talk to you, blah 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 blah. I mean, talk bad on you, Larsa, da, 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 calling you a liar and a fake, this and the other. Victoria halfway up the stairs because she trying to avoid the mess. Now she coming back downstairs. She's like, wait, hold on, because I did not say that. I did not do that. They said, yes, you did. She said, do you think? I said, do you think she's fake? You said yes. She did.
You did.
She did. And then she was like, no, I said she's calculated. She did not say calculated. She
I,
said self-absorbed. Roll the tapes. Unless the edit is lying to us. But we can only,
we know that the
you know,
edits can lie to us.
they do that. But yeah, from what we see, that's not what happened. That's
That
not the
is not
case.
what happened.
So things are getting misconstrued. People are, lying.
Trying to
People
cover their own
are
asses.
trying to cover their ass. It's been brought up that Larsa's possibly buying Instagram followers, and then the whole house stops breathing at the mention of Instagram.
Yeah, Peck is like, you do not mention somebody's Instagram, the
Don't do
IG.
that at
Don't
all.
do that. Not in this
So
house.
at
It's a
all. So
badge of
after that,
honor.
Larsa's like, hold on, because mind you, it's not like they're taking their. They still have connection to the world. Like
Yeah,
people are
yeah, yeah. They
still on
get
their
their
phones and
phone.
everything.
Mhm.
So yeah. Um so after that, Larsa's like, girl, like, forget you. I'm not finna da, 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 something. Ultimately, the house just blows up, and everybody's like, okay, well, I know where I stand right now. So I,
Villains.
you said, huh?
What happened?
No, go ahead. I can't remember.
I was just gonna do the what's the Eva 2.0 voice. Villains.
Villains,
Fine.
villains.
Fine.
Oh my
We
goodness.
go into this ceremony with Larsa being a little confused, or at least like we had got a shot of her in her room saying she didn't know what to do or whatever. But we get down here, she takes her seat.
She toasts Teresa and says, "I love you, girl."
That was like, ooh, ooh. I thought I didn't know how I felt about Larsa joining this cast, but now I'm loving having Larsa in the cast. Like she was just that little spice, you know, to
She fits right in.
she
She fits
does. She
perfectly in.
definitely does.
She came
Um
in, and I did not forget about her at all. I remember who you are this time, Larsa.
she's redeeming herself from
She
traitors.
is truly.
True. Um so she takes her seat and it's time for her to make her nominations. So the first person she chooses is none other than Victoria. It was no shocker there. Even Victoria kind of knew that she was coming. Of course, they go back and forth, and Larsa straight up
Instagram.
tells her, "I know why I didn't follow you now."
It's like, girl, I do not like you.
Shady boots,
I just don't like you.
shady boots. She was like, "Yeah," and I didn't like you the 2 or 3 times that we hung out. Like, I mean, it's like, ooh, spicy, 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 spicy. And so the next person she puts up is Camila. And I don't know if we talked about it, but in the car, she did mention doing all girls because last week was all boys. Now, before we talk about the last 2 people she put up, do you think that the house is going, whoever makes supervillain next week, do you think that they are going to honor the and put up all boys?
I hope for my sanity that they don't, because I think that's just so stupid. I feel like if your target just happens to be all boys, great. If your target just happen to be all girls, great. But simply being like, well, last week it was all boys, so this week I'll make it all girls. It's like, what?
Okay.
that's very. I don't want to call it lazy, but it's like not fully thought out because Camilla. I think Camilla was a really weird choice for her. I think Camilla's a really weird choice for her. I don't know why
But
she
who
did
else could
that.
she have put up?
A boy. She could have put up. Okay, so let's see. Let's think about this. Victoria, obviously. Teresa. I'm skipping ahead, but Teresa.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand. New York can't go up on the block. Okay. Wes, she's her and Wes necessarily tied together,
They're not, but I think they're kind of maybe forming something, or
and there's something valuable there. So that's that.
there's something there.
So I
Um,
guess
I don't
Safari
think
would be
she
off
would put up
limits.
Jesse. Hmm.
I feel like she could put up Jesse.
I don't think she would, because remember he chose her. Well, he chose her to do the when he was on the block. She led him in the redemption challenge, so they both were kind of hoping to build something there. Remember, she was like, "I'm not going to sabotage him. I'm trying to build some trust."
Okay,
So I don't really think she had many options. It would have been Safari. Safari would have been the only other option, really.
but in doing that, she probably would have made Wes upset.
A little, because then now he would have had two of his people on the block.
Victoria and Safari.
Hmm. And depending on how, well, no, because he
I
kind of
don't
threw
know.
Camilla under the bus a little bit. Regardless of whether she felt like she squashed it, he still steamrolled. He got
Who?
the West got it started for Camilla with him throwing her under the bus to Larsa.
Well, okay, so I guess if you're in Larsa's shoes and you're hearing that and you don't know the full truth, you gotta weigh your options. But in doing so, she might as well have put up Wes next to Camilla if that was the case. So I don't know. I just feel like I guess I gave Camilla. She didn't really have many options. It's still kind of weird. Same thing for Teresa. Actually, no. Same thing for Teresa.
Well, no, her reason for Teresa was she felt like because people feel like they have this housewife alliance, she didn't want to make the same mistakes from
From Traders.
Traders, where she was in the housewife alliance. So I can understand that. I can understand that one. And plus, I mean, I wouldn't out of these three that's up here on the block, I would be okay if Teresa's the one that went home. I'm not ready to let go of Camilla, and I'm actually, as annoying as Victoria is, I'm not ready to let her go. Like she stirs the pot.
Everybody stirs the pot.
Yeah,
Everybody
she has a
literally
tendency to
adds
make people
something
be
to
able to go off the rails.
the. That's so sad because it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I get that, and I actually agree.
Yeah.
If I was in the house, though, I would get rid of Victoria. So this is the same situation as last week. What I want is different from what I would do. Keep
Okay.
Victoria is what I want, but what I would do is get rid of her.
Okay.
Banish.
Um, I want and would get rid of Teresa, and that's just that.
For what reason? If you were
Um,
in the house, for what reason would you get rid of Teresa?
she doesn't do anything. Yeah, I would just, I don't know. I would get Teresa out. If I'm Larsa, I will get Teresa out because I don't want, although that is a number, I feel like she's made a couple of other connections that she can still, you know, survive in the house, and that she'll be okay without that number in Teresa. And also, if she doesn't want people to target her, you know what I'm saying, just based off of her connection with Teresa, I will go for her. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that's that. Now, Yeah, I would just let Teresa. I'm fine with Teresa going, just because I mean Teresa's not really being necessarily a villain. However, preview to next week, it looks like we might get a little something. Um, but up until this point, I mean, what's she done? Cook them some salty food, you know. Um,
It saved her once.
you know. I don't know. Maybe these people tired of their blood pressure going up and they finna get rid of her ass.
Shoot,
Running their blood
maybe.
pressure up for her food. Anywho, that was this. Oh well, this was the last episode of House of Villains. Yeah, can't say what's this week's episode, but you know where we're going with it. I'm gonna give the episode. I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna give it a B. It was good. What are you giving it?
I would give it an A. I'm not gonna lie. The drama in this was the villainy was villainy. It was villainous. It was very villainous. I'll give it an A.
Okay.
And I actually liked the challenge a lot too. I thought it was very creative.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was somewhat creative. I thought it was pretty creative.
Hmm. Timing of it was really good.
I thought it was yes, exactly. I thought it was timely.
Very good timing. Well. With that being said, guys, I am your girl Shay.
I am your boy Malik.
This has been your recap. If you guys have not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button on your way out and the notification bell button so you won't miss any of our videos that we have coming up. I will be dropping a very special vlog really soon about my trip to New Orleans with the Bryce and Wendell Presents Survivor 47 tour.
Very much
On the
so.
lookout for that. That is, you know, good old New Orleans beat me down, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And with that, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. Peace out.